The airplane wheels touched down at John F. Kennedy International Airport with a soft rumble, but inside Hamza's chest, everything felt loud, his heartbeat, his hope, his fear, his dreams. He pressed his forehead lightly against the window, staring at the vast lights of New York stretching out like a sea of golden fireflies. This was it, America, the place everyone said turned men into legends, or swallowed them whole. Hamza stepped out into the cold December air, breathing deeply. The air smelled different, busier, sharper, full of motion. He wrapped his worn jacket around himself and carried his single travel bag toward the terminal exit. It held all he owned: 2 shirts, a few family pictures, and one unshakable dream. He whispered to himself, I didn't cross oceans to live a small life. But America didn't care about dreams on day one. Within 2 weeks, reality hit him like a cold wave. His savings were nearly gone. His accent made interviews awkward. And landlords didn't accept ambition as rent. He finally took a job at a small, cramped fast food shop in Brooklyn. The kitchen smelled of fried oil, and the heat from the grills made his eyes sting. Every day, he flipped burgers, wiped counters, and mopped floors until 2 a.m. Sometimes, when the manager wasn't watching, he massaged his aching wrists and reminded himself. This is temporary. Gold is never found on the surface. The nights were long. His dreams were longer. One freezing, rainy night, after a 14-hour shift, Hamza walked toward his small rented room. Streetlights reflected off puddles, turning the road into shimmering streaks of yellow. As he approached a quiet corner, he noticed an old man sitting alone on a wooden bench, shivering violently. Hamza hesitated. New York was fast. People walked past each other like shadows. No one stopped. No one cared. But Hamza wasn't built like that. He walked closer. Sir, are you okay? The old man didn't speak. His thin coat was soaked, and his hands were trembling. Without thinking, Hamza removed his own jacket and wrapped it around the man. You need it more than me. The old man finally looked up, eyes tired but strangely sharp. Young man, he said in a cracked voice. Kindness, that is real gold in America. Hamza smiled. Sir, I came here searching for the other kind, the kind that pays rent. The old man let out a raspy chuckle. Here, opportunities don't knock, he whispered. They whisper, and only those who slow down to help others hear them. Hamza didn't understand, but he nodded. He left the man some food from his shift and walked home in the cold without his jacket. His body was freezing, but his heart felt warm. The next morning, when he passed the same bench, the old man was gone. But something else was there, a small golden business card lying on the wood. Hamza picked it up. NY Gold Investments. Chairman's office. His eyebrows rose. What is this? The card felt heavy, real, expensive. But why would an old man have this? He shrugged it off, slipped it in his pocket, and left for work. But the card kept burning in his thoughts. After 3 days of debating, he finally decided to go. He took the subway to a skyscraper in Manhattan, glass walls, spotless floors, everything gleaming. He felt out of place in his cheap shirt and worn shoes. But he walked to the reception desk anyway. Hi, I found this card. Before he finished, the receptionist's expression changed. Please go to the 51st floor, sir. The chairman is expecting you. Hamza blinked. Chairman, expecting me? The elevator ride felt like a dream. When he stepped out, he entered a vast office with windows showing the whole city. And then he saw him. The old man, standing straight, confident, wearing a perfect gray suit. Hamza froze. You. The old man smiled gently. I remember kindness when I see it. Hamza's heart raced. Why didn't you tell me who you were? He asked. Because I needed to see who you were first, the chairman replied. He motioned Hamza to sit. You helped a stranger without expecting anything. Such people are rare in this city. Gold is not just in mines, it's in mines. And I invest in such mines. Hamza swallowed hard. I don't have experience, he said nervously. I've never worked in finance. I barely even understand investments. The old man leaned forward. Knowledge can be taught. Character cannot. Work with me. Start small. Learn. Grow. Hamza didn't breathe for 2 seconds. Was this real? Was this how destiny worked? I accept, he said quietly. The chairman nodded. Good. Your new journey starts today. The rise. The next months were nothing like Hamza imagined. He didn't suddenly become rich. He didn't sit in a big office. He started in a tiny cubicle, studying charts, listening to senior analysts, and taking notes. He attended meetings quietly, absorbing everything. He stayed late every night, reading about gold markets, global economies, mining operations, and investment strategies. Some colleagues mocked him for his accent. Some doubted him because he came from a fast food job. Some whispered behind his back. But Hamza didn't care. He had something more powerful than experience. Hunger. Every day, the chairman stopped by his cubicle. Learning something new today, Hamza? Hamza would always answer, yes sir, something golden. The chairman laughed every time. 6 months passed. One evening, the research team hit a dead end. They couldn't figure out why gold prices were behaving unpredictably. Charts didn't match the predictions. Reports were conflicting. Hamza quietly stepped forward. Sir, he said, may I suggest something? Everyone looked at him like he didn't belong there. But the chairman nodded. Go ahead. Hamza pointed to a data pattern no one had noticed. A minor shift in South American mining regulations had disrupted supply routes. He explained how it would affect future gold prices, and how the firm could invest early and gain significantly. A moment of silence followed. Then the senior analyst said, he's right. The chairman smiled slowly. Very impressive, Hamza. That day, everything changed. Hamza was promoted. He got a better workspace. He was assigned his own small team. But the biggest moment came when the chairman called him to his office again. You've done in 6 months what many can't do in 3 years, he said. I think you're ready for the real test. He handed Hamza an envelope. Inside was a golden bonus check, his first big earning, his first American success. Hamza stared at it with disbelief. His eyes became moist. I don't know what to say, he whispered. The chairman put a hand on his shoulder. Say that you'll keep shining. The world needs more gold like you. The dream comes full circle. That night, Hamza walked to Times Square. The neon lights painted the city in vibrant colors, reds, blues, yellows, golds. The noise didn't bother him. The crowds didn't overwhelm him. He stood there quietly, absorbing everything. Just 1 year ago, he had arrived with a small bag. Today, he stood as a rising gold analyst. He had a real salary, respect, and a future full of possibilities. But something inside him felt incomplete. He remembered the old man's words. Kindness is real gold. Hamza bought a warm jacket from a nearby shop. Then he walked toward the Brooklyn streets where he had first met the chairman, that cold, rainy bench that started everything. He didn't find anyone sitting there. But he placed the jacket on the bench anyway. For someone else who might need it, he whispered. The wind was cold, but his heart was warm. He looked up at the night sky. New York's lights reflected in his eyes like tiny golden stars. And he said softly, I found my gold.